Okay, welcome to the bigger picture .tv.
Excellent.
You have to wait for a bit of reverb to go across the thing.
Okay.
I'll just chat about myself, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So who are you first of all?
So, welcome to Metropolis. It's in Chiswick. It's an old bus garage depot which was converted back in the 20s, but it's now a recording studio and a mixing studio, and this room is a mastering room, which is basically the last process of the recording technique, where you've got like the tracks have been mixed and then you've been to a studio with 4 different producers, have done your 12 tracks, and all the 4 producers have got slightly different sounds. So in the mastering room you get all the tracks together and you try and make them sound like a piece, so they all work with the same amounts of bass, treble, top, so everything sounds consistent. What you don't want is someone having to go to turn something up or down so you can play a CD all the way through, and that's my job.
Excellent. So how important do you think music is for well-being? I mean, you obviously listen to music all the time.
Yeah, well-being, I think I couldn't live without my music. It's my first love and it will be my last. Just the current events, I just think that music is like a healing balm to me. I'll go to my Fleet Foxes if I need some solace. I can go to Bandage on Boy if I want to. Everyone can give me a different mood, which you can't get from anything else. I think music is the last spiritual. It is my religion, really. I think, and I just love being able to work with musicians, doing music, listening to it, talking about it, breaking it apart. I just love it.
And what were your earliest memories of music, listening to music? What kind of music were you brought up with?
I remember the best thing about having my appendix and my tonsils out was getting home and I got a little Chad Valley record player with the little gold, with multicoloured discs, and I think I must have been 3, and I was obsessed. I just loved Old MacDonald. I don't care what it was just the vinyl. And then now over here I've got like the grown-up version where I can cut my own records. So this is where all the dad box sets get done.
And what's this machine called?
This is a lathe. Okay. So on here I'd have, basically you put your blank record, so there's no grooves on there, whack it on there, play the music through the stylus, and then that cuts the signal onto the vinyl, which then goes off to the factory and then made into a record.
Excellent. Do you play an instrument yourself?
Well, my sons would say no, but I would prefer to say yes. I like to play the guitar, have a little go, keyboards, bit of sampling.
Doesn't your son play guitar?
Yeah, I've got my sons have they've all been in bands, and
is that all your influence?
Probably, yeah. But I've just learned to not to do that anymore. I think that dads as managers never worked.
Did you go down the dad manager route?
Went down the dad manager route.
Dangerous territory.
And we got managed to release 1 7-inch single. And the rest of the boys' parents were saying, "Oh, where's all the money, John?" And I'm like, it cost me money to make the 7-inch,
yeah.
And I think that people don't realise.
Yeah, it's a difficult.
There's no money in music really, unless you've got to get into the sponsored, corporate side of it.
Yeah.
And the artists now that do well transcend their basically work with people like FK Twigs, who does choreography now for like Calvin Klein, Nike.
So it becomes like a whole marketing thing,
so you become, to make money, you don't make money out of CDs or vinyl now, you make money from appearances and tickets and gigs. So you've got to be like a brand. People like to sort of see you, they buy into you, they like what you wear, they like the look of you, the clothes.
Yeah.
It's a big package because no one is buying the record, so you have to find other ways to make your money.
And what about an album that you think everyone should listen to? One album, maybe doesn't have to be a mainstream one, but that you feel perhaps forged your interest in music and that you think everyone should listen to in a lifetime.
I'd say an album that, seriously, I did work on, but I think that's got nothing to do with it. I think it was an early a job I did for Badly Drawn Boy, Hour of the Bewildered Beast. I don't know if you know that.
Yeah,
Stephen.
I remember that. Yeah,
It's an amazing record. Some of it was recorded on a cassette.
I actually remember you were working at Sony at the time when you did that.
Was that?
Yeah.
I remember him coming in, and I remember Damon had a woolly hat on, and I remember saying, "What's it?" He goes, "It sounds a little bit dull, John." And I remember thinking, I said, "Damon, you've got a hat over your ears," and he told me that he was actually taking allowances for that. So he had the answer. But I think that is Hour of the Bewildered Beast is an amazing record because it was recorded. Some of it was on cassette, but it shows you just the power of a melody, and it's a beautiful thing to listen to at any time of day.
Did he home record that album?
Most of it, some of it was done in his bedroom. He was then Badly Overdrawn Boy, and then he got a record deal. And then the last bits of the record were recorded in a Los Angeles studio. So we actually had to make the ones that we recorded in LA sound shit.
To cobble it together.
To make it sound consistent.
Yeah. And I mean, how long have you worked in the music industry now?
I've worked in the music industry ever since I left school, so that would be, I'd say, 1980. So that's 36 years.
Wow. And
So-
has the industry changed a lot?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's completely changed. One thing, no one's buying it anymore, and so you've got to find another way. It's amazing how I'm still doing. I think I'm unlucky to choose mastering as a career, because I think that in the day it used to be very expensive. You used to have to go into a recording studio to make a record. Now everyone can make a record. So when you're using technology at home, it's people use a facility like what I've got here, which can suddenly make your home recordings work on a world stage, and you can compete with people who are from everywhere now. So there's much more music being made than ever before, and so it's harder to break through. It's harder to spot the good stuff.
But also this element of like people want their music for free, which
I think
I struggle with because I still buy all my music because I want to own my collection of music.
I think the difference is
maybe that's
it's a generation thing. I think
yeah.
now the kids like just streaming. I mean, Spotify and Tidal, Apple Music is just the way it's going to go, and the physical owning something is just seen as a bit archaic now.
Yeah.
Going to like, make a coracle or something, you don't really need. You just unless it's a power cut, then you're stuck. You
Yeah.
be able to bring the guitar.
No more
out.
generic playlists.
I always bring the Trick DVDs on holiday with me because I always know there's going to be a power cut. You always got to have your solid selection of things.
Yeah, a
physical.
paperback and an acoustic guitar.
Got to do that.
Do you cook, John? And if so, what would be your signature dish?
Well, I do love to cook, Stephen. I really do. And at the moment, I'm obsessed with making flatbread. I just like frying it. I like cooking it, making the dough, frying it, and then my wife going, "God, that tastes amazing." And I'm like, I don't know how it works. It just seems to be like glue. 1 minute, but I do that with chili, pork chili, which is just chili pork mince,
Yeah.
fried with no fat until it goes crispy.
Nice.
And then I add 8 chilies to that, tomatoes with the seeds removed, and then I just cook that for a couple of hours, and it's just put it on top of the flatbread.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Perfect. Lovely. How important is exercise to you? Do you exercise?
I wish you'd answer me that question, Stephen. I mean, I know that you
We
can
we
help
played
me.
tennis previously.
I can stand there and play,
Yeah.
but I really do need to start exercising. So if you any help after that, I don't do any.
Okay.
I don't do any. I walk to the car
Yeah.
and maybe walk to the off license, but really, that's something I'm going to be working on.
So is it something you think about?
Yeah, it's something I think about while I'm sitting usually.
Okay. Favourite place you have ever visited? A holiday destination, or perhaps?
Apart from Puglia, where you've got a place.
Oh,
which
yes,
I was
yeah.
very kindly got a good mates rates for, which I do like. Love Italy. So basically, yeah, Puglia, where I went to with
Yeah.
where your villa is. I just come back from Genoa, which is absolutely beautiful. The Italian Riviera, Italy. Just the whole place is just magical to me. Beautiful weather. people are outside. It's just got, when you come back to London, everything just seems to be so quick, and people don't seem to be enjoying. There's a massive disconnect.
Yeah.
Where I think when you go to Italy, people have got an older way of living, but it's healthier. I think it seems.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. Does music still have the power to unite people?
Yeah, well,
I say that because obviously we live in a day and age where things seem to be very troubled. They probably always have been, but
yeah, I think that music, the power of it, the communal power of just, I suppose that when now everyone's watching different digital channels, and there's no sort of cooler moment when everyone's saying, "Oh, did you watch The Office?" I think that music has got that, has taken the place. So people talk about Ed Sheeran. I mean, I hate the band myself, but it's just basically the difference is that the music now is packaged as someone that wants to be there for your friend, and so you have a database that everyone knows the star. Whereas when I was a kid, David Bowie was like, he was beamed in from Venus, and it was like, I didn't want to be his friend or have his phone number or be in the database, because I think the star thing is missing. But I feel that music is just what keeps you human. I mean,
and also maybe musical identity, because there doesn't seem to be a lot of that around where, you know, you had
tribes of people.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like there's that so much.
It's
So
much
there are
safer.
some elements, but
Well, it used to be either acid house, that you're a punk or a Ted or a rocker or a mod. I think everything now is quite beige and generic, and sort of Sheeran world, where it's like I think music is very unthreatening.
Yeah.
And I think that it needs, especially at the moment, everyone's far too scared to get political. I'd say things that are going to lose them a demographic or going to lose them sales. Whereas the Beatles didn't give a shit. They just were true artists, can lead people, and I suppose that still now music is still important. Jeremy Corbyn's very into his grime, and I think that the young kids, and I think that the young generation has basically empowered him, and I'm very excited for the future, because I just feel that the Murdoch media is dead, I think, and I think this is a really big change in time, and hopefully green shoots of recovery would be a better world and rejection of the corporate mediocrity of what we're living in at the moment.
Excellent. Thanks for your time, John.
That's okay, Stephen.
I'll leave you to it.
Great to see you.
Cheers.